And we're off. Ooh.
Let me lay beside you. Do what you want me to. All night. I wanna hold you. Ooh, baby, can I touch you there? Let's make music, harmonizing ecstasy. I'll take good care of you. That's what a man is supposed to do, and I will be there for you. All night. Pull your hair down. Let me get you in the mood for love. Pull your pants down.
Yeah. Get up. Beat builder.
Y'all do this new dance. Y'all check this new dance out, man. Put your hands on your tummy, then rub on your bike. Stomp twice, then slide to the left. Put your hands on your tummy, then rub on your bike. Stomp twice, then slide to the right. Two hands in the sky, then rub on your thighs. Spin around like you just don't care. You do the Dougie in this John if you're feeling it on phones. You walk around like you're brushing your hair. Come on, I lean by, You do your feet like you're riding a bike. I lean by, You do your feet like you're riding a bike. A kid and play with it, Don't play with it, kid and play with it. I lean by, You do your feet like you're riding a bike. Put your hands on your tummy, then rub on your bike. Stomp twice, then slide to the left. Put your hands on your tummy, then rub on your bike. Stomp twice, then slide to the right. Two hands in the sky, then rub on your thighs. Spin around like you just don't care. You do the Dougie in this John if you're feeling it on phones. You walk around like you're brushing your hair. Come on, I lean by, You do your feet like you're riding a bike. I lean by, You do your feet like you're riding a bike. A kid and play with it, Don't play with it, kid and play with it. I lean by, You do your feet like you're riding a bike.
That's my line dance I'm working on. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all already know what time it is.
Hey.
Oh, can you turn my little fan on and point it towards me?
You already know.
How am I slipping on the fan action?
For you.
How am I slipping on the fan action, y'all? How y'all doing tonight? We appreciate y'all tuning in, staying tuned in, tapped in, and turned on to our little show. Our little piece is in the front. Our little piece in the universe. Our little thing that we do to turn it towards me. Me, turn it. Turn it, church. Just turn it. Keep turning it. It's not on me yet. Turn it. Yeah, now you go. A little bit more. There you go. She said that's too much, like I couldn't feel the air. We're going to talk about reciprocity. We're going to talk about the R's tonight. How y'all feeling tonight, man? Let me give y'all another hand clap. Clap for yourself. It's Friday night, and y'all can be anywhere on this earth, but y'all here with us. As y'all know, this week we've been talking about dating on your level, and in order to talk about dating on your level, we had to first night establish what dating on your level is. Mm-hmm. Dating on your level is not overextending yourself to gain someone's attentions and affection. Is not doing things that you know you can't keep up. It's
That's
an old
right.
saying, granddaddy and grandma used to say, don't start it if you can't keep it up.
Yeah.
It's just that simple as how it is. If you're gonna wash the car every Saturday in the beginning and you can't keep it up, don't start it.
Yeah.
Don't start it. If you're gonna take her out every weekend and you can't keep it up, don't start it. If you meeting a woman in the beginning and you don't mind spending your change on her and you want her to always know that you will spend a little change on her, don't start it. Let me share this real quick. Oh, it
Yeah.
won't even let me
Don't
share it.
start it. Don't start it. Women, if you are just trying to buy his affection because you think you don't deserve to be with him, don't start it because you'll never feel like he loves you.
Don't start giving that good head often. If you're not going to do it in the beginning, a lot of times when you get into sexual situations, that was the first night after we established what dating on your level is. The sex fall off when you get into the relationship. People get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And don't start it. Just be like, hey, look, I'm the type of person I like to have sex once a week or whenever I get horny, my sex drive ain't high. Tell a person up front, my sex drive ain't high, but I don't mind you looking at porn. I beat you off from time to time. I give you a little head from time to time, but I don't want you to be digging me out. I remember, I never forget, as a young man, my granddaddy slept on the couch, and I thought it was because they didn't like each other, but you know, they was old school. My granddaddy was one of the first men in the town that had a vehicle, all that shit, electricity. So it was kind of like the clan was always after him. So he would sleep on the couch. I remember my granddaddy came in there and I was in the bedroom and I heard grandma say, don't come in here stabbing me with that big old horse dick of yours. And she was like, she ain't want that shit. He left out the room mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she was able to tell him, hey, this somehow they had some agreement because that nigga ain't tried to take the pussy. He left.
You know, it's funny. And all women feel like that. And it's not even about if you like doing it with having sex with the man or not, because like we already discussed, you know, some of this about pure old ovulation, right?
Yeah.
And so think about the women that's walking around with an attitude but making it harder for the man because she really don't want to do it because it's not in her cycle of time to do it.
Yeah, she should just tell, like when we talk and even in our relationship, just recapping on sex, there was a time I just went to my wife and was like, look, you don't have to give me sex unless you're ovulating. You don't have to give me sex. If we have sex Monday, Thursday come, be like, let me give him some pussy just in case. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to have sex when you want it. When you want it, outside of when you want it. I don't want to come to you and try to give you flowers and work you up and do all this stuff to prime your engine and get your pump going. I want you to let me know when you want it. And a lot of times that's hard because women feel rejected. Women feel rejected. And it's almost like if a man roll over and try to get some pussy and touch on you, you say, no, I don't feel like it. It ain't no problem. He go in the bathroom, sneak his beak at his meat or something. But if your woman stick that butt up on you and you don't respond and she's like, I want some, she ain't really gonna, if she trying to get you to fuck and you don't respond, like, what's going on? Are you cheating? What's happening? Are you sick? So a lot of times people don't want to have those conversations. So I was like, look, baby, let me take the pressure valve off you. You ain't got to be giving me pussy when you're not ovulating, when you're not as wet as you used to be. Sex ain't comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Just when you ready, just say, hey, I think I'm ovulating and I'm hyped because I know when that motherfucker going to be nice and good and extra special. But go ahead because we're going to get into the letters.
I'm good.
Having said what dating on the level is, we talked about this acronym SMIRK. Instead of smiling at the motherfuckers, yeah, everything is perfect, kind of give them a little smirk, like, let me vet you. Let me check you out. Let me see what's up with you. Let me investigate. And SMIRK is an acronym for 5 things that you need to be aligned with before you even get serious in a relationship. You need to discuss these things. A lot of times in relationships, when you run into these problems in one of these 5 areas, it destroys the relationship because nobody has discussed it. You ain't even thought to discuss it, and nobody's willing to compromise. Sex. If you look at a person off top, if they hollering at you, if you know, I wouldn't fuck them, but don't let them talk you into dating them or fucking them because they got this or that and the other. Sex, money. Sex and money. You got to understand a person's finances, a person's debt. How much student loan do they got? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Mhm.
You get with a person and you think y'all got these dreams and they got a good job and they got good credit. And then you find out they owe $150,000 in student loans. And then it's like, God damn, you didn't ask that. You got to know about their money situation. You got to know about the intangibles, the things that you can't see. Are they trustworthy? You know what I'm saying? Do they respect you? Do they go all out? The irritants, the things that you don't like, that you know you don't like. And then tonight we're going to discuss religion. Religion encompasses a lot of things, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'm saying religion because it's the R. It matches with what? The acronym. Religion is your spirituality, your moral compass. Do y'all drink? Do y'all smoke?
Yeah.
How does she feel about drinking driving?
Yeah.
Things some people don't discuss.
Yeah.
The first time y'all out at a party and somebody got a little tips and she like, I don't want to get in the car with you, or vice versa. How do you feel about drinking driving? Abortion. What if y'all get pregnant? How do y'all feel about abortion? How do I want to be buried? I know I want to be cremated. Shit like that we don't even discuss. Your religion is your spirituality, your moral code. How do y'all feel about certain things?
It's so many ways to be equally yoked or unequally yoked that's outside of like the terms in which you would think is used in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So religion does matter, and how y'all plan to believe. Think about it. We believe in laws of attraction. So
that's our religion.
That's our religion. So in any relationships we have, well, other, anybody that's watching know that we have an open relationship. So that means whoever we dealing with on the side, they gotta believe like us for it to work, because then you're in jeopardizing our peace, right? And then even in our friendships,
everything.
you know what I'm saying? We only can really be aligned with people. We only can be aligned with people that are aligned with us. And the way we think and the things we promote is laws of attraction. So we always telling people, get your mind together, get your mind together. If you think it is going to come, oh shit, if I'm with you, well, you won't stop thinking it. I got to get from around you, because that's going to,
And me and Chris believe in the law of attraction so strong. If she's saying something or acting a certain way, or I'm saying something and acting a certain way, we can easily say, hey, yo, you killing my vibe. You bringing that.
Yeah.
So that lets us know. It's almost like that's a leave me the fuck alone card. Stop right now card. That right there keeps us, like, literally, it's not like I don't want to talk to you. It's not like I don't want to address this issue, but it's like right now what you're saying, you're killing my vibe. You're fucking with my attraction. This is going to make me think bad. This is going to bring different things into our life that we don't want. So that's why we let that law of attraction rule.
Yeah.
It's almost like something in our relationship. We don't really look at the clock, but when we look at the clock, it's 4:44, 12, 12, 10, 10. So whatever we're talking about and discussing, and at that time, if we see that clock and that synchronicity link up, we like, okay, that's true. We're going with that. That's something that we do. I'll give you our example. Like we said, we set it up and explain the religion, what you need to discuss. Give you something that me and my wife discussed about religion and beliefs when we got together. I didn't believe in Christmas and shit no more. I was like, we met in church, but I was like, I'm leaving the church. I don't believe in this shit no more. I said, you can believe in it. I don't believe in it. But I ain't trying to be with no woman that's believing that bullshit. So essentially, when I stopped believing in that shit, you agreed to stop believing in it.
Yeah, but I had grew up in it anyway. So I didn't grow up celebrating any holidays. So it wasn't a big deal per se for me to stop. I mean, I was just barely celebrating it anyway.
So really what the situation that I'm saying is, so I was like, we ain't celebrating Christmas no more. Like, I ain't celebrating no holidays no more. And she was like, wow, I remember when my mom became Hebrew Israelite and we stopped celebrating holidays, and she put a veil on me and changed my name.
Yeah.
And it was like almost like it was a not a traumatic situation, but just something that altered her childhood. So I was like, okay, well, look, this is what we're going to do. I don't want to celebrate holidays, but since you say that, when Christmas come around, we don't have to put up no lights and no shit like that.
But you still let me
but
do
we'll
what I
still
wanted
give
to
the
do
boys,
with the kids.
you know, whatever little presents and by that time they was old enough where we was just giving them cash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it was a situation where the church that I had left was so big and so real. The children's church was like a fucking club. Like, you go there, they do 2 Bible studies, a couple of questions. They got a gym in there, 2 full court gyms. video games, Xbox, PlayStations. They got fucking cotton candy, popcorn, and slushes in there. It's really to attract kids to church.
Yeah.
So the kids was like, well, since we don't go to church no more, we want to go to church. Like, can we go? Because our friends going.
Yeah.
And I was like, I ain't gonna stop y'all from going. That's
Yeah.
something we had to
We
discuss.
had to discuss that.
And when we didn't stop them from going, they went like twice, and then they came home. They was like, we don't want to go no more. And I was like, why? They was like, it's like a club. They in there hooking up, and they were smart enough to see what the gimmick behind it was. So that's something you give a little take on religion or morals or spirituality or your moral compass as it relates to something in our relationship that you liked or disliked or had to discuss with me in the beginning.
Yeah. Shoot. It's funny because let me see more. The biggest thing for me was discussing what we're gonna do with the like, am I gonna be able to still give them gifts? That's all I cared about. I knew how it felt to be a kid that couldn't get no gifts, right? And so, and I knew, like he said, I grew up with it, so I knew how it feel to be like to wake up and one day you believe in Santa Claus and the next day your mother say it ain't real and she changed your name, right? So I did want it's funny how the laws of attraction do it, which also on the flip side made me also in the spooky deep way, remember we used to say that, made me feel like I was just so perfect for him because I had grew up in a way that didn't foster some of these things that we realized that we didn't need. They were needs that I had, created for myself, wants that I had created for myself as I got older. So when it came to religion and he said that to me, well, you got to think, once you told the pastor you was going to marry me and he didn't want you to, it kind of was like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But let me say this on the flip side. So one of my homeboys, and so this dude that I used to speak to, right? And we didn't have the same belief. I think he was Muslim by whatever. And I got laws of attraction. But hey, believe what you want to believe. Just, hey. And so he could not, we got along great. But religion, he could not get past, not because it was like Allah versus whoever, like Abraham. I think I'm God. You know what I'm saying? Not because of that, because I felt that I was going to have abs at 60 and be posed on the cover of a magazine, like on some real, you know what I'm saying, gray hair, bathing suit, just looking great, like extra scrumptious, right? And but meaning I was going to be in the greatest tip-top shape. And whenever I'm in one of those moments when I'm confused, I don't know, I'm unsure, I'm so sure about the day when I am fit like that at 60, 65 in this position to take this cover spread of the oldest lady with the best body type situation. I walk around in the vortex about that. That's part of laws of attraction to me. When he expressed that he thought that was blasphemy, and how could I wake up in the morning and talk about how my day won't gonna go. That was it. After that,
it's like he ain't fuck with law of attraction. Say yeah, y'all. We're gonna get into the next one, respect. And everybody say this word respect. As long as we respect each other, long as we respect each other. But what the fuck does respect look like? Let's have a shotation. Let's get it going. What does respect look like? We have to discuss, what does respect look like? And I'm gonna give you a perfect example of, in our relationship, what I feel like respects look like. But let's hit this shotty boy. Kettle. I'm sponsored by Kettle One. What does respect look like? We have to talk about, what does it look like? Do you respect my space?
Ooh.
Can I get up in the morning and go in the garage and meditate? Or can I get up and go in the garage every morning and play my video game without you bothering me? Do you respect my space? Do you respect my phone? That's something me and my wife discussed earlier. People don't discuss that. I was like, look, let me tell you something. You can cheat on me. You can do whatever you want. But if you go in my fucking phone, I will leave you where you standing that day. I won't let you explain why. I won't let you explain why.
Yeah.
And I'll give an example of that situation. She never went in my phone. I actually was using her phone
Oh.
and hollered at one of my bitches on her phone. And the bitch started texting back, and she looked at it because the bitch was texting me back. And when she came to me like, what's up with this girl? And da-da-da, I was like, what, you been to my phone? She was like, no, you was texting her on my phone. I said, yeah, because I needed to use your phone because my phone was in the shop. She was like, well, when she texted me back, I just looked. I said, it wasn't none of your goddamn business. But I didn't leave her because I was texting my side bitch on her phone. And that's how open we are.
Yeah. I was kind of mad at that. I was mad at that, y'all. Now this is a good pit stop. Listen, I don't sit here let's not pretend that there is not any times when you will, get in your feelings about something warrantly. Like if something happens and it really fucking bothers you. However, at that moment, I say to we in an open relationship. I let him use my phone for what he needed to use the phone in.
Text my gal.
And remember, you had lost your phone, and you was
I
trying
had
to get
lost
in
my
it.
phone.
So it wasn't even a regular text; it was in like the DM type of thing.
Yeah.
So whatever. But once I realized that that's not my DM, it's my job to close it.
Don't look
because
at the
I don't want to leave him before this moment. So that's what people get it twisted. Like if you don't want to leave a person before the moment there was a problem, then deal with the moment for what it is, not like got to break up.
Now watch this. A lot of people will look at that and they think she a simp or that I'm a Debo. Really, me and my wife have an open relationship. We established that from day one.
Yeah.
I lost my phone. I wanted to hit my side bitch up. So I used her phone to do it. Side bitch hit back in my Instagram. And she looked at it. My thing is, good and goddamn well I use your phone. And if somebody hits you back on, that ain't none of your fucking business. Don't look at it. That's respect.
Mm-hmm.
That's respect. Now, what does respect look like? Boundaries. Boundaries. One thing I had to get used to when my wife needed a minute to breathe is giving her a minute to breathe. And that's really ain't a minute to breathe. It's really just a minute. I don't want to talk about my fuck up. Yeah. But if I don't want to talk about it to tomorrow, I used to be more like, nah, we're going to talk about this shit now, fix this shit now. But really a woman that fucked up, she don't want to talk about her fuck up. Social media interactions. Ain't that some shit you got to talk about that now? People don't realize that we're in a new age. He hearted that bitch pick. Who was that bitch hearting your pick? Why you liking her? Why you share her stuff all the time? Why is you always commenting on this nigga shit? Yeah. I tell married women all the time that be on my page when they get into a back and forth with me. I don't get in the back and forth with them. I be educating. I don't be arguing. I be educating. If I think you're saying some stupid shit, I just block you. Yeah. So I'm never arguing in the back and forth. But if I'm educating a woman and then all of a sudden I go look at her page and I see she married, I say, you don't need to be on social media fucking talking to no strange man and you married. Because I ain't going to let you do that.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is these strangers? Like if I came in the house and my bitch was on social media all the time, I would be like, why the fuck is you on that shit all the time? You got other shit to do.
Yeah.
We got life to handle.
Yeah.
How would you handle it if you quit liking side people, but the other spouse still has sides?
Well, you just Let's
read that. How would you handle it if you quit liking sides, but the other? So you saying y'all had an open relationship and y'all both had sides and one stopped liking sides? That's your goddamn business.
Like how it just was, you know what I'm saying? Once Lynn moved out, you know what I'm saying? I still had the side dudes that I had, so I'm still going out and he in the house with the baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so he like, goddamn, right? In the joke though, but it's like I'm still in the move. I don't got nothing to do because she gone.
Because Lynn left that was my bitch. She ain't got nothing to do with that. And I'm the type of nigga, people think I'm just this whore. You know what I'm saying? Because I joke a lot. But when Lynn was living here, it was just me and my wife and Lynn. And when Lynn left, I'm like, I ain't really had no interest to pursue no other women. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So I was joking with her, like, she'll be like, I'm going out see this guy, I'm going out to hang out with this friend, and I would be like, damn, I need to get me a bitch. I don't do nothing. I'm at the house all the time.
I'm like,
But yeah, if you come into agreement, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I ain't got nothing to do with it. If she don't like nobody, shit, I'm still living my life.
Now, I will say this though, in that moment, especially with a new baby and stuff like that, there's a different dynamics that our relationship has as it relates to this moment. And I don't need no other guys. I'm just doing what I do because I could do it. You know
People
what I'm
like
saying?
newness.
So yeah, and they'll be old in a minute. So what I'm saying is that there's a certain way we do enjoy each other that makes me be like, I don't have to deal with nobody. However, I wouldn't stop just because he doesn't, because in any moment he could meet somebody at the store and it start all over again. And then what? I'm not gonna have the friends that I wanted because of that. So you have to live individually at times when it comes to stuff like that.
Support. Do you respect their hobbies? If that man like playing video games to relax himself, do you respect that? You always on the goddamn game. Or if this woman got a girls' night out, Taco Tuesdays, and she been doing that her whole life, do you respect that? Are you gonna goddamn tell her you can't go out with them hoes no more on Taco Tuesday? Let that woman still have her Taco Tuesday. That's her time.
Yeah.
She needs her time away. She needs her me time.
Yeah.
Respect that. You know what I'm saying? Respect the fact that this woman has always worked and always had enough money to get her hair and nails done. And now that you with her, you trying to stop her from getting her hair and nails done because it costs money. Maybe you need to pay more money. Let that woman do the things that she's always done to feel like she need to feel.
Yeah.
Do you respect their interests? Do you respect their interests? Do you respect their relationship with their kids? I know for a fact, as we get into it tomorrow, I had to respect my wife's relationship with her kids because I was jealous of the way she treated her sons. Straight up jealous. And the reason I was jealous because my mom didn't treat me like that. So it would be certain situations that I feel like she doing too much or over spoiling them is really just a grown ass man jealous of a mama loving the fuck out of her kids. So we're gonna talk about that. I had to respect that. I couldn't just be like, oh, okay, because I don't like it. I had to respect that.
That's gonna be good because we just was talking about that.
Yeah. So now that we didn't discuss what respect is and what does it look like, how do you be out in the world? Me and my wife have an open relationship. We respect each other by being honest with strangers or people that we know. So say, for example, if my wife go out, we ain't trying to go out of town, cross town. If my wife got a friend, if she want to go out to a club or something, or a show or a jazz party right here in our city, she ain't got to dip and dive and hide. So people might see her out and they know that's grub wife. They don't say nothing. But on the vice versa, when women come up to, if I'm out with a lady friend, and I see some women she knows, some former clients or women she know, or somebody from social media,
because I know a lot.
Yeah,
because we in Durham, and I've lived in Durham over half of my life, where you came from.
But when I see a woman that's like, for example, I was at the comedy show with my oldie Goldie, you know what I'm saying? And that's just an older sister friend I got. You know, she's just a fine ass 61-year-old lady, goddamn. You know, so I like her. I like hanging out with her. I like her cooking them neck bones and rice and shit. She old school, so she do old school shit. I like that shit. So we was at the comedy show and I saw one of her clients' son, and he was like, "What's up, fam?" Because he know me. I said, "What's up, bro?"
Oh, Miss, what you call her? Who I'm gonna do tomorrow?
Yeah.
I knew that would be her. Oh,
yeah. But I had just and the funny thing is, when I saw him, he was like, "What's up, bro?" Da, 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 da. And I was like, he was like, "What's up?" He looked at her, and I'm being. I said, "This," and I always fuck with her. She get mad. I said, "This is my older Golden right here." He's like, "Oh yeah, bro, I know how you get down." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "But just letting you know, my mama here." I said, "Man, your mom just came by and got some detox for me, bro." I said, "I don't give a fuck if your mom see me." And then his mom walked up and she was like, "Hey," and you know, women gonna always let the other bitch know.
And I got
where your wife at? Where the baby at? I said, "Oh, they at home chilling. She ain't want to come out." And then I introduced her to my friend too. So the respect of it is because of who we are and what we are. I respect her friends. So I'm not gonna dip and dive and hide. I'ma always tell the truth. I'm not gonna look guilty. And there's been
Yeah.
situations
I
where
don't want
I've
him
been
to look
out with
guilty.
another woman and people have hit her up like, I saw Javon, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, we good. We ain't worried about that. What does respect look like in our relationship? Now, let's give the example of respect where I had to talk to you straight up. My wife is from New York and she say sarcastic shit. Sarcasm is just a way of trying to cut a nigga down and kill a nigga's spirit and be a smart mouth without by hiding it. But she didn't realize I'm a wordsmith. I'm an English teacher. So when she would say that sarcastic shit, skirt, let me get a yeah, I would just stop it in its tracks. And I told her, look, let me tell you something. Don't no woman slick talk me. I would rather you tell me, motherfucker, this is how I feel. Get your shit together. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not dealing with a woman slick mouthing me, meaning saying some slick shit that can hurt my feelings. And as soon as I respond, hurt, like, why you say that to me? They like, oh, no. That's what that comical. I said, so look, you got one more time. And I was serious. That's a level of respect for me. If you think that I smoke too much weed and that I spend too much money on weed, tell me that.
Yeah.
Say, hey, baby, I think you smoke too much weed. I think you spend too much money on weed. I think that affect our income. I affect our savings. But when I'm calling my weed man and I'm like, damn, bro, you said, and then I get off the phone, she's like, you fiending, ain't you? Hold up, bitch. Don't talk to me like that. That's the slick mouth shit.
I'll never say that again.
And that conversation, that was the day that she knew never be sarcastic with me again.
Never,
now, however,
ever again.
I don't mind my wife telling me, hey, nigga, you fucking up. You smoke too much weed, nigga. You drinking too much.
Yeah.
Nigga, you done got 10 pounds overweight. You snoring. I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Talk to me real with respect.
Yeah.
Don't sneak talk and try to slick me and hurt my motherfucking feelings. And then when I catch you in the act, you try to pull it back. And that's a perfect example of something that we had to discuss. I would not be with a woman who slicks talks me.
Yeah.
Have a slick mouth.
Yeah.
A woman with a slick mouth, I'll leave your motherfucking ass like Wild the Coyote.
Yeah. Yep. It's funny. Okay, so he's go flip.
I meant to say the Road Runner, whichever.
I
Them
don't know. I didn't
motherfuckers
watch
both
TV.
of them
I was
fast,
asleep.
God damn it.
And that's when you say what is respect? Same way as what is loyalty? What is that look like? Because and show so many ways he was showing me how disrespectful I was being to him in his manhood. And then I was like, oh shit. Yeah, he still wanted me to be real and honest. But then that's when I realized with myself, I don't know how to communicate. I've asked for a communicator in my list of things that I was looking for, 10 things I was looking for a man, from a man, a mate. I put communication and didn't know how to communicate. I was being sarcastic, and sarcastic is a untruthful way to say the truth, right? And so understanding now that I didn't want to be upfront about how I was feeling. I didn't want to sit down and really work it out. I wanted to blurt it out, dart it out, and run, right?
Stab me.
Yeah.
Stab me with some slick shit.
Yeah.
And then when I said, oh, I'm bleeding, she said, oh, no, I didn't stab you. I poked you.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, sir. I don't. You're going to be
playing.
a grown woman and talk to me and tell me all the uncomfortable shit.
Yeah. And that's when I said, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me, respect my space. He like, nah, bitch, I'm bleeding and it burn. You get what I'm saying?
And you
but,
know, and you gonna admit, and you not gonna hide behind sarcasm.
Yeah.
So give me a situation where you had to explain to me something about respect or something where you just like, hey, look, I'm not putting up with that, or I ain't going for that. Now I remember some, but you go.
Respect. Something I said. The main thing I don't put up with is no snoring.
Well, tell them, talk about it.
Respect my time when it's time for me to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And it to me is your job to watch your weight, because when it comes down to our sleep, if it's time for me to go to sleep and you snoring and I cannot sleep because you can't keep your weight under control, I just have a problem with that. To me, that's like the most, like I'm asking that so much. That's a big deal for me because it's hard for me to sleep. So offhand, that's the first thing that popped up. What did you think of?
Uh, I curse talking, but I don't curse at my wife. Like
Um,
my wife won't let me. It was time. I think I had called you a bitch or something for the first time.
oh,
And she jumped up in my motherfucking face like, "Don't you curse at me, motherfucker," or some shit. And I was like, "Really?" So I started packing my shit to leave. And she was like, "No, please, please, please
I'm
don't
just
leave."
playing.
And then as we discussed it, she was just like, "I don't like being cursed at. I don't like being yelled at." So contrary to what y'all think, me and my wife don't argue like that. We don't curse at each other. Now I might say some shit like, you coming at me with some stupid shit. Or that shit sound dumb to me. But I'm never, after that day that I was like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of or something like that, after that day, I don't call my wife or curse at her, call her out her name, bitch, you da da da, or motherfucking y'all know what the fuck I
See, you
mean.
know what's so funny because everybody want to be respected. Everybody want their space to respect, be
I'm about to
respected.
take me
They
another
want.
shot. I don't know
Wait,
if you're
wait,
gonna
wait,
take
wait.
one.
I will. Just give us a second.
You ain't
Our
gotta take it with
position to
me. I
be.
know what I
Well,
want
then,
to do
okay.
my thing.
Their stance to be respected, right? So in the conversation, I realized there was so many times he was trying to talk to me, and I didn't respect his stance on what he was saying and what he was trying to explain. Now, on the flip side, there were many times when I felt that he didn't respect the same. Like he wasn't respecting how I felt. But the things that I was saying and the way I was feeling was emotionally spewed, right? And so it really had no merit. I was just always feeling some type of way about some shit. And so I deserve for that not to be really heard. So
Feeling some type of way about some shit that's just so childish or little girlish. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah, like for real. So
so moving forward, we're going to get to the next reciprocity. And I wrote slash responsive. How do we reciprocate? Remember the other day I was talking about the intangibles.
mm-hmm,
Me and my wife had a game. Monday your day, Tuesday my day, Wednesday my day, Thursday
mm-hmm,
my day.
mm-hmm,
We are basically going to, whether it's small, if it's a flower, annihilate a piece of candy, if it's a foot rub, if it's frying their favorite food, whatever it is, I'm gonna always do something for you, and then you throw it back. That way, we in the practice, it's almost a game of making sure that we're focusing on showing each other that we love each other and that we appreciate each other, that reciprocity.
mm-hmm,
And reciprocity requires a response.
mm-hmm.
Reciprocity is give and take.
Yeah,
Just because we're arguing don't mean you shouldn't cook my food.
exactly.
Just because we've had a discussion don't mean I shouldn't pump your gas.
Exactly.
That reciprocity. Do all the things that you know you need to do at all times, regardless of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren Hill, care for me, care for me. She want that reciprocity. It means reciprocate. Give me what I give you. And understand that reciprocity also means if you got an attitude, I'm gonna have an attitude. That's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
When you got an attitude, I'm gonna have an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
When you in a bad mood, it's gonna make me in a bad mood.
Yeah.
So understand, don't be walking around mad. My wife will walk around mad a couple of days, and then all of a sudden, soon as she ready to snap out of it, it's like everything great.
Only one day.
And I'm like, oh, you don't just snap out of that with just some head or
That was a long,
some
long time
pussy
ago.
or some you have to come and fix that. So that reciprocity, understand.
And it got to be fixed with a conversation, not some balloons and some
Yeah,
words on the
it's
on and
law of
on the
attraction.
bathroom sink on the bathroom mirror to
Yeah.
surprise him. And he like, what the fuck?
My
No.
wife would do shit like that, y'all. Let me give y'all some real game. My wife would make a mistake or fuck up or something that she knows she need to apologize. She write a letter, get me a band and some balloons. I throw that shit on the goddamn floor. I said, I'm a goddamn man. Come to me and fucking apologize and
Yeah.
talk to me like a grown woman. I don't want you to write me no fucking letter. I don't want no fucking chocolates. Or she might buy me something that she know I like. Get that shit out. Take that shit back. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Be a grown woman and admit your mistakes. And that's the reciprocity of the respect. Now, reciprocity, as I move forward teaching it, it deserves a response. I never forget an example. We was playing cards with one of my sister's boyfriends one time, and she just happened to be talking out loud of some shit she needed, and yeah, I gotta get this, and Christmas coming around, and this, and the nigga, her boyfriend, was like, I know that's right. It's like he was listening. Then he was like, she was like, then when I pay for this, I gotta pay for this. He was like, I know that's right. It was like her way of letting the family know she needed help. And her nigga kept saying, I know that's right. Now you listening and understanding, but reciprocity is a response. Nigga, what you gonna do to fix this shit? Then I finally said, hey man, don't say that I know that's right shit again. Like, why you keep saying I know that's right? That means I can't add nothing to the equation or fix no situation. Don't just listen to me. If you dating a woman or you dating a man and y'all really like each other and you dating to be serious, if this woman, you hit her up and she said, you said, where you at? And she said, I'm at the tire place trying to get some new tires. I'm getting some used tires. If you got some extra money to help her and you love that woman or you love that man, hey, look, I cash out you. Go get you some real tires. Because you're going to expect that back one day. And it might not be the $800 that you gave her for the tires. It might be your mama sick and she ride over there and bring us some goddamn food. It's if I like you and I'm down with you and I'm considering seriously being with you, I got you. That reciprocity, it don't matter. It don't matter. How you gonna listen at your man say he ain't got no lunch or this, and you don't fix him some lunch, or you hearing your woman say, you ask her, what's up with you? You in a funny mood today or something? You ain't the same. And she said, well, my son's birthday coming up and I had to pay this or pay that. And normally I have a party, but I can't have him a party. I'm just a little upset. And you know you can help. Man, get that woman some money to goddamn have that party. It's gonna come back to you. If you don't feel like giving a woman $800-900 for a birthday party is gonna come back to you in some form or fashion one day, you don't need that bitch.
For real.
So if you don't give me a response, if you just hit me with the I understand it, and times is hard right now. If you don't figure out a way to help me, that's not reciprocity. That's just fucking listening. Do they move? Do they move? Do they move to try to fix your situation? Like we said the other day, savior. Are they trying to save you? Are they trying to rescue you? Smirk. One of the S's was savior. Do you feel like this person got your back if some fall off? If you had a car accident and was paralyzed, would they wipe your ass to take care of you? I know if something happened to me, Chris would wipe my ass. I wipe her ass. And because we got an open relationship, if my dick didn't work, I wouldn't mind if she go out and did something, but she'll wipe my ass and vice versa. You see what I'm saying? That's that S. Chris is my savior. I'm her savior. So how you gonna be in a situation with a person that you seriously considering dating or marrying, and you like, yeah, man, the bitch car had broke down, and you know she was talking about it. I think the bitch was trying to hint like she wanted me to help her out a little bit. I ain't doing that shit, man. You don't need to be with that woman.
That's crazy, because exactly our whole relationship, when people look at us and they like, oh, Chris, people might look at the fact that we have an open relationship, or the times when they think that you may be too dominant in the relationship. The level of reciprocity that's going on here, that shit is so big. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do for you, you do for me. I do for you, I do. You know what I'm saying? We are constantly doing it for each other. And so it's never one-sided. It's never one-sided.
Now let me give y'all a real life example of reciprocity. and me and my wife's relationship that we talked about up front, and then she's going to give her example. The lady said, I like how y'all teach and share your own examples. Yes, sweetheart, that's what teaching is. It's explaining the situation, then sharing an example, making it real to you. When I met my wife, she had 2 sons, and her tubes was tied.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I didn't want kids at the time. And I always wanted 2 boys. So I was like, well, shit, you got 2 boys. I always had this dream of having 2 sons named Jeremiah and Isaiah. And in my mind, I had these 2 boys with her. So I was like, well, you got 2 kids. I ain't never really wanted no kids like that because I didn't grow up with my father. I grew up in a tumultuous household. My mom was wild. So I ain't never really want no kids. You know what I'm saying? And unless it was a woman I was married to. Now, me and this woman, I loved her and I loved her so much. Everything hit on smirk, but we had to discuss kids. I said, I don't want no kids. I said, maybe if I want some kids one day, we'll figure some out. She said, yeah, we'll figure some out. Now, when we get to the point where, as a man, her kids are grown, I didn't raise her kids. When I get to the point where there's something yearning on the inside of me, like, yo, I think I want a child now. I don't know if it's I wanted to make sure my dick worked or just wanting to see my face in a child. It just became a yearning on the inside of wanting a child. And because we had discussed this before, I said, okay, look, I want a child. What we going to do? How we going to do this? And she was like, we can untie my tubes. And we went to the doctor and we saw how much it cost. Then we saw how much in vitro and shit cost. I was like, and they was like, man, there ain't no guarantee this shit gonna work because you can pay $20,000, $30,000 and this shit don't work. So I was like, yo, respect and our beliefs. Think about religion, respect and our beliefs and reciprocity. I said, yo, I gotta find me somebody to have a baby by. And it made her feel a certain type of way. But I was like, I didn't raise your kids. I ain't got nothing to do with you tying your tubes. I ain't got to motherfucking go pay $20,000 to untie your tubes because you chose to do that. And I done raised your sons. So if I find somebody to have me a baby by and the woman give me the baby, God damn it, I expect you to get right. And she was like, yeah, I'm down. I'm down. Yeah. And we found and picked the baby mother, both of us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's a situation where it's like that reciprocity, but we had pre-talked about that. Yeah. We had pre-talked about it. So when people look at a situation, her friends know Chris, when my daughter was born, Chris was 47 years old or 48. So, and then her friends 47. Know, 47. Her friends know her situation. So people like, oh, they congratulate. You know how people try to front. When you get pregnant and we ain't trying to lie and hide to the world like and go front, put a pillow in my wife's stomach like she got pregnant. We did what the fuck we needed to do. Now, the thing about it is, it's so wonderful, the reciprocity. I got a homeboy who found out his wife couldn't have kids about 3 years ago. And I know he'd be a great father. Dave saw our situation and he mentioned it to her. She like, no, let's adopt. And he like, what? I want a kid out of my body. Just because your body fucked up and can't have a kid, you want me to not? And they in a real tumultuous situation right now. And guess what I tell them when they talk to me? Fuck that bitch. She can't have no kids, so she want to adopt a stranger. When you can go in vitro another woman and have a kid and she can help you raise. Obviously, if she'll raise a stranger's kid by 2 motherfuckers she don't know, she shouldn't have no problem raising your motherfucking child. The bitch jealous, fuck her. She won't reciprocate. So you give an example of reciprocation in our relationship.
Oh, reciprocate. What you do? Really, it's like what you do for me. As I've been in education, you have had my back the whole time. And I had your back the whole time besides that one trip that was really a major deal. And that's where you didn't get my reciprocation. And I'll always know that I didn't stand up for you in that moment. And I watched you do it for me, even though I didn't do it for you.
I don't even know what you're
When you
talking
wanted
about.
to go out the country and teach.
Oh, okay. Well, explain that. Talk about that.
Um, he put together some type of project, teaching project, manual module, and your teacher had connected you in another country. I forgot where,
Hmm.
I forgot where,
It
but
was Brazil, I think. It was
um
a country in South America.
and you was going to teach this to their children, and he came to me and wanted to leave. I mean, and talked to me about it, and I just started crying. I just didn't see myself to like not live with him every day. So he didn't do it. Um I guess he could say how much was for me. I know some was for me, but a lot of times he always was going to do. Well, I ain't gonna say he always gonna do what he wanted to do. He had to tell you that part, but he didn't go. But when it came time for me to go to Africa, I
To
signed
do
up
the
for
same
to do
thing.
the same thing. I signed up for it. I didn't even ask. I told him once the process. I mean, I did it so fast in that day. I told him by that afternoon, but I didn't ask him before I filled out the first application. And you know, for 6 weeks I went to Ghana and he kept my kids. You know what I'm saying? And so when he say that he raised my kids, it's funny because if anybody been watching, Chris like the copy, but I could probably tell you so many ways he has we have been reciprocating, each other in this relationship. But the way he has been everything that I have needed him to be to my children, when that moment came and we left the fertility place, it wasn't that I didn't care. I realized I had taken that privilege from myself and that was my fault. And now I'm making something that is natural for him be about money, and I should not. And it just that shit is fucked up. And so I needed to give him back what he gave to me, and that was the opportunity to have his offspring. And even though he didn't have mine, what he did was he making sure that what I put into my boy's life can spill over to their kids, and so that's how I see the reciprocity in our relationship.
Yeah, it's just a situation where you got the baby to give and take. There's no way you're gonna tell me I didn't raise my two sons, which are my stepsons, and now they grown and good men, and then you gonna turn around and not gonna goddamn raise my daughter. You didn't raise. I didn't raise two sons by uh, uh, a man that won't mind, so you can raise my motherfucking daughter, and
Yeah.
she does a wonderful
That's
fucking
my
job.
baby
You know
right
what I'm
there.
saying? So
Listen, and outside of the fact that I go to work and he cook the food, he keep the house together. You know what I'm saying? It's just
risk and reward. That's the next R. Risk and reward. Is it even worth it? You never meet a motherfucker you like or a chick you like, and the chemistry is so strong, but it's certain shit that don't line up. And it's like, man, is this shit even worth it, man? But
yeah,
goddamn, everything is so attractive and blah, 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 blah. Is that shit even worth it?
yeah,
You got to discuss that first in your mind. You have to be able to say, look, I think we can be good friends and cut buddies. Well, I think we can do this and do this. I don't think this relationship, it ain't worth it for us. It ain't gonna do what it's supposed to do. You have to be honest. Risk and reward. Will y'all
mhm,
invest y'all money?
yeah,
Motherfucking be working all the time, saving their money in their 401k, then all of a sudden the wife get an idea to start a nail salon. And she like, baby, we want to do it. We can use my savings and such and such and such. And he like, fuck that. You ain't using your savings or my savings to do that.
mhm,
That's type of shit that people never discuss. It's like a motherfucker might get tired of working.
yeah,
Or if this nigga risks money playing the lottery.
yeah.
Shit that we don't even think about. Will
Mhm.
y'all invest y'all money?
That's like what your
Hold
album.
on. Let me
Oh,
let me
sorry.
let me give it down.
Mhm.
Will someone move for a job?
Yeah.
If this nigga get in a movie or he want to be a comedian or she want to do this or travel as a nurse, will y'all move for a job? Those things people never address.
Yeah.
Everything good, and all of a sudden, well, I got a job and it's my whole career and it's what I've always wanted to do, and I'll be making a whole lot of money. and everything will be great, and I'll be able to take care of everything, and you will be good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to leave North Carolina. My family here. I don't want to move to California.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't never discussed would we relocate.
Yeah.
This shit is practical shit that people need to discuss.
Yeah.
We never discussed what we relocate for a job.
Yeah.
How often will y'all reward yourself? Are we going on vacations?
Mm-hmm.
Me and Chris just happen to be alignment. We don't even fucking do vacations together. We might go to the beach or something every now and then if one of my bitches or niggas, meet me down there or but we don't really, we kind of like.
Or your family, we go on a trip now. Seem like when your family go on a
Yeah,
trip, we gonna
yeah.
go meet them.
Other than that, we don't really care about vacations. Now, somebody could not care about vacations. One nigga one person in a relationship might not like to fly, and the other one want to travel. And then, well, let's reward ourselves. Let's travel to Costa Rica or something. They like, I don't like flying, and that person feel like, well, goddamn. Let me finish explaining it, Chris. So it's like, will y'all take vacations? Because we both don't really like take vacations like that. We both kind of like, when we want to spend a little money on ourselves and spoil ourselves and on the vacation, it's strangely odd that I'll be like, well, I'm finna call Suge and we gonna go here. She be like, I'm gonna go here. We like the vacation separately from each other. We be with each other all the time.
Yeah.
We just happen to align. We smirked. We didn't smile. We smirked. We align so perfectly. Me and Chris will always be together. When she needs to get away and have a good time, she don't want me. She don't want to be fucking with me. Her vacation, her trip out of the country, her time when she finna go have a ball, she don't want to be fucking with me, and vice versa. When I want to go to Colombia or somewhere, a DR, or have me a good time and trick off with the fellas and just chill, I don't want this bitch with me. So we both reward ourselves differently.
Yeah.
Perfect example. How often would y'all treat yourselves? How often do you buy yourself some shoes, some sneakers? Now let's get into my example of you for risk and reward. Risk and reward. My wife never treats herself. She never reward herself. Never. But when she reward herself, she rewards herself.
Yeah, I'm about to go to the Armstead and get a pedicure.
And that's like a hotel that it costs like $500 a night to stay in, and then you got to pay for all that other shit. Now I'm like, you can't just go get a pedicure with the Koreans.
I wanted at the Armstead.
Yeah. So when she reward herself, or say for example, my wife never spend money, but my wife will never spend money, and it's cool how it go. When she do spend money on herself, she go what I consider overboard. But she buy everybody in the house something, so it don't seem like she might go overboard and buy this $1,000 shit that she wanted, and then buy us some shit that costs $100 so we can be happy. And that's how she reward herself. I understand that.
About them.
I understand that. So one of the things that I always liked about risk and reward, she believed in saving money, not on the petty shit. And when you want to do some big shit, that money there. That's one of the things I liked about you in the beginning. And as far as risk, my wife is willing to risk it all for us.
Yeah.
Because she know we're going to be there like Chevy truck, Ford truck strong. She's willing to risk it all. And I'm willing to risk it all for us. It's a sad thing when I know a couple in the situation where my man wanted to risk his 401k to start a restaurant. His wife was like, if you do that, and this is this man's money, but she just wouldn't believe in him. And it just make you feel so hurt and upset when your person ain't willing to risk in you because they don't believe in the reward. And it's like, wow, you want me to keep working at Walmart distribution and I got a business idea that I think could change our life, and you want me to be stuck here? So now you got the floor.
I don't remember. Nah, as far as risk and reward, the first thing that come to my mind is just like how I am about this art, yo. Like whatever we gotta buy, spend, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, however I gotta take these finances and spend it so we could go. I'm going and I'm going. And I know that it's all a risk and I don't care because I think the art need to be out there. And so and I just believe in who he is as a person and I feel good to be a part of it. And again, I keep saying when people look at it, we giving you jewels with a relationship through our relationship, but like who I think he is as an artist and what I think his calling is to like bring this message to our people. I will risk all of that shit for my great grandkids to have the opportunity to be left something different behind than where we're going. I really, really believe that. And that sparked in me as a kid knowing I was going to be a part of something greater than myself. And this is what I think my greater is. So I risk it all every day, but I don't see that shit as a risk. I see that shit as a necessity.
Exactly. Finally, this is his last word. It's so beautiful. Rest. Do this motherfucker bring rest to your life? I've seen so many women be in situations where they say, God damn, I'm working harder and doing more now that I got a nigga. Or vice versa with a man and a woman. Do they bring you peace? Is your life easier?
Yeah.
My wife had 2 sons when I met her. So that meant I didn't want her sons being at the hair salon with women. So I picked them up from school and took them with me. You would think that's work. It's a certain amount of work, but doing that part for her and what she reciprocated to me made my life easy. It was like a trade-off. Okay, I'm fucking up with my finances. I'll pick your sons up and have them with me if you take over my finance. It wasn't an if thing. That's just like I had your sons and I asked you to take over my finances. Now I have someone believing in me, someone inspiring me, one of the eyes, someone that's motivating me and giving me momentum, one of the M's. Now I'm like, wow, she believes in me so much. It's giving me peace. It's making me believe in that myself. When I get ready to do my next thing with my art, I've been saving my money, but she got some on it too. It made me believe in myself. She gave me peace. The work that I had to do for her actually gave me rest. Do this motherfucker give you rest? I've seen so many situations and on the women when they got a man move in with them, they get up, take their own kids to school, come back, shower, and go to work, and then he drive her car.
Yeah.
Man, you mean to tell me you and this woman together and she got to go to work? You ain't gonna and get up, take her kid to school.
Yeah.
Let that woman sleep a little bit later.
Yeah.
Man, god damn, you don't get no rest. That
Yeah.
rest is what I need.
Yeah.
How can you be with a person that don't make your life easier? How can you be with a person where you don't like, now that I got this person, I can waiting to exhale, breathe, like, yeah, they took this burden off me.
Yeah.
They gave me this peace. They gave me a certain tranquility that I know and have an assurance that this right here is okay.
Yeah.
They brought an income, some money to the table. I ain't got to work as hard. This motherfucker gives me rest.
Yeah.
How can you be with somebody and now life is harder? I got to go pick his kid up. I got to pick his daughter up and do her hair. If he not reciprocating in some way, form, or fashion, and you're not getting rest from that situation, my God,
I'm telling you.
I got to be able to rest. This last year, my wife started her student teaching in August. So from August to now and until June, she'll be teaching. And she's been making an income. You know how much rest that gave me? I dropped the fucking album and 2 videos in that time.
Yeah.
I've been saying I'm going to do crying and cussing my whole life. The first time that I was able to just say, all the finances, or if I don't make $1, you know what kind of rest? This is my example. You know what kind of peace and tranquility that gave me? I've been working since I was 10 years old, raking leaves, shoveling snow, working in tobacco, working on the farm, picking cucumbers, cantaloupes. I've always been responsible for earning a dollar. From August of this year, when my wife started teaching, to June, I literally have, my wife was like, now I made money, but I ain't had to think about it. Man, that piece of just like, this the first time in my life I won't responsible for something. And people be like, I've had friends like, man, you at home and your wife working. I'm like, yeah, but I make money. But still, I'm like, bruh, this is something she had to do. This is something she liked doing. It's almost like if your wife or husband won the lottery, it's like, I'm going to still make him go to work. Because it's almost like literally this right here was a level of peace and rest. And I'm here with my daughter.
Yeah.
The peace and rest and tranquility.
Yeah.
Man, don't be with no motherfucker if life don't slow down. You with a motherfucking life get faster. I gotta pick his kids up from here. We gotta go here. They ain't working.
Damn.
Give your example.
The real one is gonna come back. But first of all, in the real rest sort of way, just the fact that when I first got with you, you taught the kids how to wash their clothes and get their clothes, iron their clothes. So I was able to get more rest in the morning. You made sure that they learned how to walk to the bus and get on it, so that I wasn't, then you didn't let me be one of those mothers, although I wanted to get up and drive your kid to the damn bus stop and sit in the car with them, like they can't get on on the bus by themselves. And that's the flip side of the weight a man bears for his family, because this rest that he afforded me came with a price that he also had to rule the house and say, you are not about to get up. In order to give me this rest, he had to make sure that I slept. And the way he made sure that I slept was to not let me get up and drive the fucking kids to the bus stop and sit in the car with them. And the days that it was raining, give them an umbrella or a trash bag or however, and let them figure out how to get to the bus stop and not be scared of a little bit of rain. Those mornings when I like, oh my God, what's that noise? It's still dark. When the time go back or whatever the fuck. And he like, they just 2 blocks away. They just a block away. Like, stop it. They could run home or we can hear them, and you just got to trust it in all those moments. And so, yeah, like he gave me real rest. At the end of it, he gave me real peace. And during it, he had to suffer the backlash of the not wanting to have sex, because of that very thing.
Once I started making them boys get on the school bus on their own and stand at the curb in the morning on their own, she was so goddamn distant from me. But I was like, as a man, I understand as a leader. I'm like, well, you can be distant. We got an open relationship. Marianne will fix it. You know what I'm saying? That's just being real. That's just being real.
Yeah, I had to learn some things. Yeah.
So having wrapped that up, I'm going to put the link up. Y'all already know what time it is. The Cash App is the Master Teacher. If you want to send a Cash App, you can always do a super chat. I would rather a Cash App because YouTube, I realize they take 1/3 of it and you have to wait a month for it. So I'm going to put the link up. Boom. That's the YouTube link. If you on Facebook, no matter where you at, you should be able to see the link. You can come up, ask a question. You can come up, somebody can summarize the lesson. Or just come up and say what you thought. You can come up and say, I don't like y'all motherfuckers. Y'all ugly. We just want somebody to come up.
Yeah. Great lesson. I mean, I love all of it. It's funny because if you don't see this as a jewel, then it ain't for you, for real. Because anybody that's really looking to have a relationship, something that's meaningful, really want to know, even before the relationship, if you up here because you don't have a relationship and you want to know how to go forward, You supposed to be here. If you here and you don't get it, you ain't supposed to be here. You ain't ready. And everybody don't want the same things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
First of all, if you a married couple, you should be here. If you married, you and your mate should be here. You know what I'm saying? If you single and you don't get it, you ain't gonna know, because you don't know how it is to be all in with somebody. You ain't been chosen. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it kind of make me, you know what I'm saying, get in my bag, because I'm like, you got single women saying stuff. You don't deserve what you don't deserve to get something for nothing, with all that it takes to put into a relationship. I've done that shit. You don't deserve to have a narrative to even be able to speak and put your mouth on what it takes to really have something meaningful. You've never did that. Nobody fucking wants you. You don't know. It's easy to look at me and think like, yo, she do what he say. But if part of the one of the things that he's telling me he want in our communication is the fact that he wants a woman that respects him, part of the way I respect him is not being mouthy to him. I don't have to get the last word. Some of it, he just want to know that there's a woman that respects him enough to be the fuck quiet until, and let him be a man to lead the shit. We get to go back and talk about it later. I don't have to be right for the moment. And it took me so long to understand that, because we think we have a right to say something because we're grown, and everybody has a right. But when you're in a relationship, not just with a man, with a friend, with your boss, with your kids or whatever, aren't you always trying to figure out how to make it the best relationship possible? I'm not understanding why we won't do that for our mates.
I watched the movie Creed today, and it was a perfect example where something had happened in his past, and his wife kept asking him, "Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened." And he's like, "Nah, I don't want to talk about it. That's in my past. I want to erase it. Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened. You know, open up to me." And he was like, "Chill, chill, chill." And she kept fucking saying it. And he finally just was like, "Yo, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about this shit. I'm trying to forget this shit. This shit in my past." And when he finished cussing, the little girl was sitting there looking. She talking about, "One thing you not gonna do is let her see your anger." All you had, that man did not want to talk about it. You can't fix the past. You won't dare. This shit happened 30 years ago before I met you. She was just fucking nosy and wanted to know what happened. Go ahead.
It made me think about, you have to really not only do it for you, you have to do it for your children, because one of the things that's a good and kind of not a good thing for our boys is that they seen that Jay worked with me and got us right. So that sometimes they think that they can be able to do this for the women that they may date, and we have to tell them she not the one to do that
Yeah,
for.
boy, you can't save her.
You can't save her. You get what I'm saying? And I would love to mentor any young woman and try to give her some jewels, because this is why we do what we do. However, I'm like, son, no, I didn't want you to see that like that. He did that for me because I actively wanted ABC, but this not the person to do that for. This not the time to do that.
So y'all already know what time it is. We're gonna get this jam playing, because if don't nobody pop up, we're gonna get out of here. Man, tomorrow we're gonna finish up this series with kids. Kids, man. If y'all can't agree on them goddamn kids, y'all gonna have problems forever. Yeah. If somebody wanna come in, y'all come in. If not, when the song go off, we getting out of here.
I wanna be with you.
Can we come up earlier? Because I got that thing with Shay.
Let me lay beside you.
Or we'll do it Sunday if we have to. Yeah.
Do what you want me to. All night. I wanna hold you. Ooh, baby, can I touch you there? Let's make music, harmonizing ecstasy. That's what a man is supposed to do. And I will be there for you all night. Pull your hair down. Let me get you in the mood for love. Pull your pants down. Get up.
This my line dance.
Y'all do this new dance. Y'all check this new dance out, man. Put your hands on your tummy, then rub on your bike. Stomp twice, then slide to the left. Put your hands on your tummy, then rub on your bike. Stomp twice, then slide to the right. Two hands in the sky, then rub on your thighs. Spin around like you just don't care. You do the Dougie in this John if you're feeling it on pwned. You walk around like you're brushing your hair. Come on, a lean body, a lean body. You do your feet.
You always lean to the left first.
A lean body, a lean body. Do your feet like you're riding a bike. A kid and play with it, a kid and play with it. Don't play with it, a kid and play with it. A lean body, a lean body. Do your feet like you're riding a bike. Put your hand on it, then rub on your bike. Stomp twice, then slide to the left. Put your hands on your tummy, then rub on your bike. Stomp twice, then slide to the right. Two hands in the sky, then rub on your thighs. Spin around like you just don't care. You do the Dougie in this John if you're feeling it on pwned. You walk around like you're brushing your hair. Come on, a lean body, a lean body. You do your feet like you're riding a bike. A lean body, a lean body. Do your feet like you're riding a bike. A kid and play with it, a kid and play with it. Don't play with it, a kid and play with it. A lean body, a lean body. You do your feet like you're riding a bike.
Yeah.
Y'all better know what time it is. We love y'all. Peace.
Yeah.
Boom. Bye-bye. We might do Decay Sunday because we got a real busy day tomorrow. Y'all better know what time it is. E Handala, Robo Shy, A Shake Yete, or Robo Bobo Shy. Yay, sauce. Dabba do, dabba do, dabba do day. Man. Boom. Appreciate y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend.